Greetings, everyone, and welcome back to our channel. May Christ's grace fill your hearts today. As we dive into the latest guidance and prophecies, we hope you find strength and encouragement in the words shared here. If you haven't already, please subscribe to stay informed about this vital message that will help guide us through the challenges ahead. Today's divine revelation from the Blessed Virgin Mary calls us to prepare ourselves spiritually and physically for the significant trials that lie ahead. The world is on the brink of profound change, and this message serves as both a warning and a beacon of hope. According to the Virgin Mary, we are entering a time of double darkness, where both literal and spiritual light will be hard to find. This period of darkness, foreseen by Saint Michael the Archangel, is not just an earthly challenge, but a spiritual one that will demand our full attention and preparation. To navigate these dark times, the Virgin Mary provides crucial guidance. Her first and most vital message is the importance of staying spiritually aware. We are urged to maintain strong faith, pray daily, and seek group spiritual support. Platforms that offer daily prophetic words will play a crucial role in keeping us connected with divine guidance. Now more than ever, we must be vigilant in our spiritual lives, turning to prayer for comfort, strength, and guidance as the world faces unprecedented trials. Saint Michael, the great holy warrior against evil, also plays a pivotal role in this spiritual battle. His call for active conversion is an urgent reminder not to succumb to apathy. We are called to unite in prayer and action, not only to protect ourselves, but also to strengthen the body of Christ in the face of this growing adversity. One of the most profound events foretold is the 3 days of total darkness, an event that requires serious physical and spiritual preparation. The darkness, which could be both symbolic and literal, will require us to remain indoors, prepare our homes with essential supplies, and foster a sense of community support. The prophecies also speak of natural and supernatural disasters, such as volcanic eruptions, frequent earthquakes, and extreme weather changes, which are already becoming more apparent in our world today. These calamities point to a world on the verge of transformation. The message urges us to act swiftly to ensure our survival, both physically and spiritually. We must be ready to protect ourselves through prayer, keeping our homes filled with blessed items, and remaining in a state of grace. In the midst of this chaos, compassion, kindness, and generosity are seen as essential virtues. The message stresses that our hearts must remain open to one another, as it is through these qualities that we will overcome the trials that lay ahead. Special prayers for vulnerable regions, including places like San Francisco in Africa, are called for to safeguard the weak and the needy during this global crisis. The 3 days of darkness are explained in greater detail, showing how we can spiritually protect our homes and souls by remaining prayerful and in grace. Blessed candles, sacramentals, and a deep connection to God through prayer will shield us from the darkness, both physical and spiritual. Following this intense period of purification, the Virgin Mary promises a renewal, a spiritual rebirth, like the arrival of spring after a long, harsh winter. Finally, the prayers of children are highlighted as being especially powerful in times of crisis. Their innocent and pure devotion will serve as a strong defense against the forces of evil, helping to bring divine protection to all. This call to action is not just for adults, but for families to come together in prayer, creating a sanctuary of faith in their homes. The Virgin Mary's message is clear. Preparation, prayer, and community are our strongest weapons in the days to come. By following her guidance and remaining rooted in faith, we can face the coming trials with courage, hope, and a deep sense of divine protection. Let us unite in prayer and readiness for the challenges ahead, trusting that God will guide us through this period of darkness and into the light of His grace. A call to spiritual vigilance. Preparing for the days of darkness, the message is clear and urgent. We are living in a time that demands spiritual awakening and vigilance, especially when it comes to our children. Adults have a sacred responsibility to teach and guide the younger generation in prayer, faith, and spiritual practices, for the strength of tomorrow's believers rests on the foundations we build today. We cannot afford complacency. The darkness that threatens to envelop the world requires us to prepare, both spiritually and physically, for the trials ahead. As the days of darkness approach, we are called to act with urgency. Through penance, fasting, and prayer, we can combat the forces of evil. These spiritual practices are not just rituals, but powerful weapons that will fortify us and our families against the challenges ahead. It is through these acts of devotion that we will find the strength to resist the coming trials, and to remain steadfast in our faith. In times of crisis, it is essential that we draw strength from one another. The message reminds us to create communities built on faith, where we can support and help each other. Through fraternal alliances, we will weather the storm together, united in prayer and action. It is during these dark times that the prayers of children will perform wonders. Parents, take heed and teach your children to pray fervently, for their prayers will be a light in the darkness. But we must also remember that we are not to live in fear of the unknown. While it is important to prepare for the days of darkness, we are not to focus on predicting when it will happen. Instead, we are called to live each day in the love of God, growing spiritually out of love, not fear. We must embrace the here and now, cultivating a deep and personal relationship with God, and actively practicing our faith every day. The coming darkness is not merely a test, it is also a moment of purification and renewal. After this trial, a new spring will emerge, bringing with it a restored world, one in which nature will thrive and humanity will live in harmony, bound by love for one another. This purification will cleanse the earth, and we will find that the air is fresher, the water purer, and the bonds of brotherhood stronger. The time is now to prepare our hearts and homes. Our homes must be places of peace and grace, filled with prayer and devotion. The use of consecrated items like holy water and blessed candles will offer protection and light in the times to come. Prayer, daily meditation, and regular participation in the sacraments are all essential ways to strengthen our spirits. Through these practices, we build a personal stronghold against the spiritual darkness that may descend. Our faith groups are essential in these times. These communities of believers will be our source of strength, offering encouragement, prayer, and support. In these groups, we can share our struggles, our hopes, and our prayers, fostering unity and focus as we face the challenges ahead. The guidance of Saint Michael the Archangel and the Virgin Mary will be a beacon of hope as we journey through these dark days together. Let us not wait. The time to prepare is now. Let us unite in prayer, strengthen our faith, and help one another as we prepare for the coming trials. Together, we can face the darkness with courage, hope, and unwavering trust in God's divine protection. In the face of the growing challenges that threaten our world, there is a powerful call to action that encourages believers to rise above the darkness with an attitude of service, compassion, and generosity. It's not just about preparing ourselves for the trials ahead, it's about extending our hands to others, modeling the love and grace we wish to experience in our own lives. In a time when negativity seems to dominate, acts of kindness and selflessness serve as beacons of light, pushing back the shadows and spreading positivity. This message of hope calls us to align our hearts with divine guidance, to continually assess our spiritual practices, and to actively seek growth, both individually and as a community. As we approach the profound purification described in the prophecy of the 3 days of darkness, we are assured that beyond this intense trial, a new era of light and grace will emerge. This hope for spiritual rebirth strengthens our resilience and will to endure as we stand united in faith and purpose. The prophecy encourages ongoing spiritual development, urging us to remain vigilant, proactive, and adaptable in the face of whatever challenges lie ahead. It highlights the importance of maintaining strong spiritual practices, with special emphasis on the prayers of children. Their pure and sincere prayers, full of faith, are powerful weapons that will help shield us from the advancing darkness. By fostering a deep, communal spiritual bond, we prepare not just ourselves, but our communities to face the storm with unwavering resolve. The message calls us to unite in faith, to grow in grace, and to support one another through prayer, service, and charity. This shared strength will allow us to face the coming trials with poise, courage, and a deep sense of divine purpose. As we stand together, our collective spiritual journey becomes a source of strength that not only protects us but paves the way for a future illuminated by God's light. The powerful question, who is like God? No one is like God, serves as a proclamation of faith that unites us in our trust in God's omnipotence and unwavering love. This recognition of God's greatness fortifies our spirit and deepens our resolve to stay true to our faith. While the road ahead may require sacrifice, dedication, and perseverance, the promise of divine light after the storm makes the journey worthwhile. The call to spiritual arms, echoed by Saint Michael the Archangel and the Virgin Mary, urges us to prepare ourselves and our communities with prayer, charity, and a steadfast commitment to spiritual growth. By following this divine guidance, we are given the strength to face the impending darkness with hope and courage. It's a call to action that transcends fear, offering us a path of renewal and transformation. Together, we can meet the challenges head-on, trusting that God's light will shine through, dispelling the darkness and guiding us to a future filled with hope, love, and grace. Thank you for being part of this journey. Your presence and participation are vital, and I pray that the shared experiences of our human journey uplift and inspire you as we walk this path together.